read The Stranger the other day. I've been kind of busy, so I haven't been able to do a video. I really wish I would have, because now I've probably forgotten a good chunk of it. Here's a short one, summary of The Stranger if you haven't heard it. There's a guy named Marceau, which I'm probably mispronouncing his name because it's French, and French is very different. So it's probably like Marceau, I get it. But anyway, he's this passionate guy, and it's like a fictional autobiography. So it's written in his voice, and he has no passion and like no sort of life to him. He's kind of dead. So the writing is kind of monotone. The Stranger is written in a way I've never seen before. I've never seen anything written like The Stranger. You really should check it out. It's not just that it's in simple English, or it is in simple French, so it's very low-level English. But just the fact that it doesn't, most books do this kind of thing, but his is just like, there's only one, there's like, it goes like this, and at the very end there's like, whoa, cool, and so it's very, but the thing is, camus makes it to where this is interesting. Most time if a book is this when it comes to what's going on, attitude, and in terms of climax and anticlimax, it'd be boring, but he makes it interesting. And he does it for a reason. He writes it monotonous because it's about how this guy's passionless and stuff. So Marceau, he just kind of accepting everything. Like he finds out his mom dies, and he's like, mom died today. I guess I won't be able to go to poker tonight. I'll have to go to that funeral. Fuck. And when he gets engaged, it's like this. Hey, do you want to get engaged? And Marceau's like, I guess, if you want to. Do you love me? Not really. I don't know. Why does it even, it doesn't care. You want to get married? Let's do it. But you have to love me. Meh. In fact, that's sort of Marceau's relation to the whole world is It's just a So because of his he doesn't really have, he's not very selective with his friends. So he befriends a pimp who's a bit of an asshole. A bit of a not a good person. And so yeah, he befriends this pimp guy, and this pimp guy beats his wife all the time. And oh yeah, he also got engaged to this woman the day after his mother's death. So yeah, there's a time when there's a fight between him and some Arab people because he lives in Algeria, and it's really hot out, so he wants to get some shade, but underneath the nearest shade is an Arab. So he goes to sit there, and the Arab pulls out a knife, so Marceau whips out a gun and kills him just so he can stand in the shade, because he's so that when it's described, murder scene's described, it's not described as he pulled out the gun and thought about whether or not I should kill him and kill him. It's more of the revolver came out of Marceau's pocket and landed on his palm, and bullets were let out of the barrel. And then Marceau enjoyed the shade, because he's just he's such a passionless, dead person. He's like a zombie. So yeah, he goes to prison, and he also lives a very inauthentic life. He's not in control of his life. He's just so inauthentic, passionless. And then he gets into prison, and while in prison, a priest, because Marceau's an atheist, the priest goes in there, or something like that, some clergyman, trying to convince him that he should be a religious and repent. And he just keeps bothering Marceau, and eventually Marceau just grabs the guy, starts yelling at him, and the guards have to come and pull the priest out and threaten Marceau not to do that again. And that's when Marceau becomes happy. That's when it becomes full of passion, full of action, and full of authenticity. It becomes sort of alive for the first time. But for the first time in his whole life, he is alive, and he's 2-3 hours away from his execution for the murder of an Arab. Guillotine. So they're going to chop his head off. Public execution style. So yeah, he was able to go to his death happily. Execution. He finally knew what it was meant to be alive. And he talked about how he wished that he could live again, because he finally learned how to live. It's a good book. about 100 pages long. It's not very long at all. That's why I read it in 2 sittings. I read it. It's in 2 parts. It's the part before he goes to jail, and then the next part's when he's in jail. I read the first part one day, and then 2 days later I read the second part. So you can get through it real quick. So yes, that's The Stranger. Get it? Check it out.